everyone, it's Meg and welcome to another video. Today's video is very exciting because it is not only a collab but it is a writing collab with one of my best bookish pals, Em from A Little Writer Em, and if you guys don't know her, she is absolutely wonderful. She is an author and you should definitely go and follow her. And Em asked me if I wanted to do a collab where we swap writing routines for the day, which sounded very exciting, so of course I said yes. And we are basically going to document a day where we do each other's writing routines, and we have made a list of things that we are going to be doing throughout the day that we have to follow. We've both created and sent videos to each other where we talk about our writing routines and what they include. So we are going to start the video off by watching that, and then we are going to film the video and take part in doing each other's writing routines tomorrow, the next day. But so then obviously we can watch this video and prepare. So I have it on my laptop now, so we are going to watch this Em's video and see what she has to say.
Hi Meg, I am so excited to do this writing collaboration with you, and I'm just going to give you the rundown of my writing day, like a day in my life of writing. So in terms of what I write on my laptop, unless I'm using like a notebook for some notes with loads of different coloured pens. I just write on my laptop and I use Microsoft Word. I'm nowhere near as fancy as some writers, but yeah, I find Microsoft Word works for me. In terms of structure, I usually write as soon as I get up in the morning, so I get a coffee and I go back to bed from like 7:30 or 8 AM. When I wake up, I'll just write in bed for a while, and then I work on and off all day at my desk. I don't work solidly all day, like I just can't do that. I can't concentrate for that long. So on and off at my desk all day, and then in the evening, if it's nice outside, I like to go outside like with a glass of wine or a different kind of drink. And lately I've been going to like the park and taking a picnic blanket, and that works really nice. I don't know if you're able to do that, but that's something that I've been doing. And then just before I go to bed, I make a list of all of the things I want to tackle the next day. So like chapters or bits of dialogue or certain plot holes that I might want to fix. Like I just make a list of those before I go to bed for the next day. In terms of beverages and snacks, I am a coffee, hot chocolate. So if I drink coffee, it's always a mocha. And then I'd like hot chocolate, I like peppermint tea, and in the evening I like wine. And then in terms of snacks, I usually like strawberries or pretzels and M&Ms. I find that they work really nice as like something that I can just munch throughout the entirety of the day. In terms of music, I don't usually listen to music, but if I'm editing, I'll put on like a rainy day Animal Crossing YouTube soundtrack. I don't even play Animal Crossing, but I find that quite easy to edit to. And sometimes when I'm trying to write like dialogue, or I really want to get like in the zone of people, if that makes sense, because I'm quite a character-based writer, I like listening to movie soundtracks or like show soundtracks. I've really been liking the Waitress soundtrack at the minute, and that works really well for me. It just gets me in like a really pumped up zone, ready to write. And I think that is everything we said we were going to tell each other about our writing days. So good luck with your writing day, and I can't wait to see what you're going to challenge me to do.
Okay, so Em's writing routine is slightly different than what I thought. I don't know why. She does definitely have a little bit more of a structure than I do, but obviously we write very different sorts of writing, because if you don't know, I write poetry and Em writes fiction, and obviously there are very big differences to a certain extent in like routines and kind of how you write, because if you write poetry, generally for me anyway, you base how much you write off the amount of poems when you're creating a book rather than the amount of words. And Em has a very interesting routine. She writes first thing in the morning, which is something I don't generally do. I generally write in the afternoon just because I have a whole different routine in the morning. So that's going to be interesting. I very rarely write in the morning, but it's something that I do very rarely, once in a blue moon, so that's going to be interesting. Beverages wise, she goes for coffee generally, or hot chocolate. And I am not a coffee person at all. I do not drink coffee, which is kind of ironic for the fact that I work at a coffee shop. So I might have to try a mocha just for this video, just for Em. It's going to be a very weak one on the coffee side, more chocolate, but I will give it a go. Instead of swapping out my tea, I will have a cup of tea at some point though. And I love the idea of being able to write in a park or write outside. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that tomorrow because the weather has just been awful here in the UK, or at least in Lancashire at the moment, so that's probably not gonna happen, which is a shame because I love going outside and reading and writing. And yeah, and also the snacks, strawberries. Like, I love strawberries. I love pretzels as well. Don't have any pretzels, so it might just have to be strawberries. But I think this is going to be so much fun. I'm really looking forward to giving it a go and seeing what I think, and also seeing what Em thinks of my routine as well. So yeah, this is the little intro clip of me watching Em's video, and now I am going to close this clip out here, and I will see you guys at some point tomorrow where I will start writing. Good morning everyone, it is the next day now, it's around 7:20 and I got up not so long ago. And as you were seeing before, I made myself a mocha because Em tends to like to get up in the morning, make herself a coffee and then go back to bed and write for a bit. So that's what I've done, and I made a mocha, and I've never made one for myself before. I've made it rather weak, so I don't know how strong it is. But we're going to do a taste test now, and I've also put sugar in it without tasting it, so that's going to be rather interesting. So let's try my first ever mocha. I have like had sips of coffee before, but I've never drunk a full cup, which is why I've got a small one. So here we go. I made that very, very weak. I'm probably not doing that right. That's literally... That is so weak, I can hardly taste the coffee. That's a really bad drink. Well, it tastes good to me. There's like a slight hint of coffee. I'll have to make another one later on and make it a bit stronger. But yeah, so Em likes to write in bed for a bit, which is something I don't generally do, so I think I'm going to do that for a bit. And she tends to either play Animal Crossing, rainy day music, which is something that I also listen to, so I love, or musical or film soundtracks. So I think I'm going to listen to some Animal Crossing music and do a bit of writing now, and then she writes on and off throughout the day, so that's quite good for me. So I will do a little bit of writing now and drink my mocha, and then I will have breakfast, and then I'll go and sort of thin out and do yoga, and then I'll do a bit more writing and kind of just go on and off throughout the day, which is good because it means I can get other stuff done throughout the day as well. So I'm going to drink my coffee and do a little bit of writing. So it's quite a lot later on in the day now, actually. It is nearly 1:30, and as you guys will have seen in the previous clips, I did some writing when I got up this morning, and I wrote for maybe about an hour from roughly around 7:30 till 8:30, and I had a fairly productive time. I basically just kind of worked on my novel in verse a little bit. I just kind of had some ideas for scenes and stuff, so I just kind of wrote them down and tried to expand upon them a little bit, and that seemed to work quite well. And I listened to some Animal Crossing music like Em suggested, which I love anyway, and it was a fairly good session. I feel like more with my novel at the moment, I'm not rushing it, but I feel like it's just more of I have ideas and then I just kind of have to piece them together, if you see what I mean. I feel like writing a novel in verse, or from my experience anyway, it's like a puzzle. You have all these poems and you've got to piece them together until it makes a story. But that's what I did, and then writes on and off throughout the day. So after that, I wrote for an hour this morning. I went and had some breakfast, and then I went up to the yard to sort the horses, and I was there a lot longer than I was planning because the vet came up to sort one of the horses out. So I was up there, and I was hoping to do a like late morning writing session for like half an hour or something, but that didn't happen. So I've had some lunch, I've just done some yoga, and now I'm going to sit down and do some writing. I'm either going to do some writing now, or I'm going to do some other bits. I have some stuff for work that I need to sort before tomorrow, and I've got a video going up today, so I need to do that as well. But like I said, kind of goes on and off, and then at around mid-afternoon I'll probably have some peppermint tea, because I said I was probably going to have another coffee, but I'm running out of milk and I don't want to use it all up, so I'm probably going to go for peppermint tea, which is one of Em's other picks, and some strawberries as well. I don't have pretzels or M&Ms unfortunately, and I do like both of those, but we are going to go for strawberries, which is wonderful because the strawberries are just great at this time of year. So that is my little plan. I think I might carry on working on my novel, even though I have some deadlines for some competitions and submissions that I should be working towards on my poetry, but like, you know, I'm in the mood to do novel work, so that's what I'm going to do. So Em writes on her desk throughout the rest of the day after a morning, so I'm in my office now, mine and my mum's office. My desk is behind me, so I'm going to work there on and off, maybe write for half an hour and then do something else, sort my video out, and then maybe write for another half an hour, just kind of on and off throughout the rest of the day. And so then I can also get the other stuff that I need to do today done as well. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. I definitely see the appeal of writing early in the morning. I am a morning person, even though ironically I have been struggling to get up early recently, but I do love getting up early, and that idea of getting up that little bit extra early to do something else, like that quiet time to do something else, seems really appealing. So I don't know, I feel like it's a habit that I should really get into more, of writing first thing in the morning, because it's quiet and there's nobody to disturb me. But yeah, so far so good. So I am going to maybe write for a little bit and then go do something else, and just kind of go on and off every now and again throughout the rest of the day and update you guys in a little bit. So it is around 8:15 now, and I have been writing on and off for the majority of the afternoon. I have basically been working on my book all day, which is rather exciting. I spent the majority of this afternoon working on my characters. I realised that in order to move forward with certain bits, obviously I need to develop them more, and they're not fully developed yet. So that's what I've been doing on and off, which has been really cool. And I did that for most of the afternoon, like I said, and then I had a break and I had some tea, and I have just been having another bit of a break playing Animal Crossing. And you will have also seen me have some peppermint tea and some strawberries like Em likes to have, and the strawberries that I had were particularly good, I must say. But obviously now it's the evening, and I don't think I'm going to do too much more writing today. I know that in the evening Em said that she likes to write outside if possible with a glass of wine, and if you have probably seen from a previous clip, it is now raining, so I'm definitely not doing that outside. And I also don't have wine because only my mum drinks wine in this house, and I can't stand wine. I will drink coffee for this video, but not wine, because it is horrid. So I have a alcoholic beverage, which is the record of the botanicals, which is a freebie because we had to get rid of a load of alcohol at work when we were sorting it out yesterday. So the advantages of working in a cafe, this is also a bar, so that is my little beverage for the evening. And I think I might do the last thing that Em said on this list, which is to plan out what she wants to do for the next day. Like, plan any of the things that she needs to do, whether it's like stuff to do with characters, to do with the plot, or just anything that she needs to do writing wise for the next day. So I think that is what I'm going to do now, and then I am going to just have a rest and end this vlog afterwards, because it has been a very productive day, which has been really good, but it's time for me to chill now. So I'm going to sort out my little list of what I need to do for the next couple of days, and then we will finish this vlog. So, as you will have seen, I have just done my list for the day, and I have obviously quite a lot to work on, but it's good. It's good that I am working on my book, and it's something, like I have said previously, that I'm not in a rush to finish because I want to take my time with it and make sure it's right. But obviously I go in between doing poetry and writing my novel in verse, which is still poetry, but obviously it is different because obviously it's a novel but written in poetry. But yeah, so I think I have done everything that Em does for her writing routine, and I think I will wrap this vlog up here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was so much fun to do, and it was really interesting doing Em's writing routine for the day, because generally I am somebody who does not write all day. It's very rare that I dedicate an entire day to just writing, because it's something that I struggle with. I feel like with writing a book it's a little bit easier when I'm writing solely poetry and like separate poems that aren't necessarily linked to one another. It is a bit more difficult, but it was really interesting, and also kind of making sure I dedicate that time to writing and allowing myself to not always be constantly writing, constantly working, which is something that I'm not very good at, and allowing myself to take breaks when I need it. And I really enjoyed the writing in the morning bit. I feel like that's something I could get used to doing, possibly like getting up at like 6:30 or 6 o'clock and like doing like an hour worth of writing before going about the rest of my day. And obviously because the house is quiet, and I can probably get used to that. I wouldn't get used to the coffee though, even though I must admit I made it a lot weaker than I was planning on, but like, there we go. But overall it was a lot of fun, and there were some things I will potentially or hopefully be implementing more into my writing routine in the future, as I feel like in general I am still very much developing my writing routine. And yeah, it was just so much fun. If you guys want to go and watch Em's video where she does my writing routine for the day, I will leave a link to her channel and the video in the description down below. Go and subscribe and support her. She is an absolutely wonderful human being. I am so excited to watch Em's video of how she got on with my writing routine. I feel like it is going to be very interesting, especially because obviously we write two very different sorts of things. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am so glad that I got to do this, and hopefully I will have some more fun writing videos in the future. Maybe me and Em will do another collab, you never know. If you have any ideas, let us know in the comments and we will see if we can do them for you in the future. If you like this video, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more bookish videos from me, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon so you'll be noted every time I post a new video. As always, I will leave the links to my social media along with the links to my Goodreads in the description down below for you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!